All right, so let's just dive right in.
Okay.
SAP tests became somewhat, well, I don't want to call it mainstream because I don't believe it still is mainstream, but well more into the attention of the masses. Starting around, I think it was like 2020, somewhere around there. Is that a correct assumption?
Yeah, because I started with it in 2014, and it had really only made it to the US around 2013, maybe even late 2012. So it took, about 6 to 7 years to gain some speed and understanding. So yeah.
And prior to that, it was leaf tissue, and that was kind of the new age before SAP came involved. And so maybe you can give the audience a brief explanation of the difference between SAP and tissue.
Yes, absolutely. So if everybody pictures a leaf in their hand that they can have and hold and take home and touch and feel, all of the nutrients that are made up in that leaf, in the cellular structures, and then in the vascular bundle, which is the xylem and phloem, all of those nutrients which are available and unavailable, we'll call it total nutrients, is ashed, and that is a tissue analysis. And SAP analysis, taking that same leaf, is just taken mainly from the vascular bundle, which is the xylem and phloem, which is nutrients that is unincorporated into the cellular structures, which is basically free nutrients. So it's tissue is overall nutrients, SAP analysis is nutrient uptake.
So we maybe look at it as mobile and immobile.
Actually, SAP analysis looks at mobile and immobile, and tissue cannot give you mobility because it's a fixed point. You take usually one age of a leaf, and it's also fixed nutrients and also nutrient uptake. So you can't really have mobility when your nutrients are already fixed into a cellular structure.
And something I always preach is leave the leaves because they're fertilizer, right?
Leave the leaves. Yes. So yeah. If you have the capability of reincorporating the leaves into the ground, usually with a microbial product, which is super helpful to break down the residue, especially not leaving corn stalks, broccoli stalks. Oh my gosh, those don't incorporate very well at all, and usually taken away from the field. But if you can incorporate, you're incorporating the nutrients back into the soil. And unfortunately, if you try to incorporate the leaves, the residue, and you don't, that can harbor a lot of pathogens. So if you're going to incorporate, and do it well, otherwise you're setting up a house and a home potentially for soil pathogens.
Thank you. That's beautiful.